YouTube. Um, Today I wanted to talk about anxiety and, well, in correlation with eating disorders because I have really bad anxiety. And even though I have learned to manage the eating disorder, I have not um, managed my anxiety. I mean, it's not as bad as it used to be, but it's still where it's an everyday thing. I am a very anxious person. I get overwhelmed very easy, and it's really hard to manage because you would think that overcoming an eating disorder would be harder than overcoming anxiety. But for me, right now, it's not. So I'm not going to be the best to give advice on how to control anxiety. I just want to talk about it because I believe most of the people with eating disorders, even before they develop their eating disorder, have or had problems with anxiety. And usually the anxiety just gets worse throughout the eating disorder. I know mine did because of the obsessive thoughts you get when you have an eating disorder, like, how do I look? How do I appear to other people? What other people think about me? Um, what do these clothes feel so uncomfortable on me? Going through different stages of feeling so different about your body and all these thoughts about food and the food being in front of you and everybody watching you. Your anxiety just grows and grows more during an eating disorder, I believe. And growing up, I mean, I was always an anxious, socially awkward child. I mean, I might not seem socially awkward on camera, but if you were right here face to face with me, I would just be, different, I guess. It would be harder for me to express my feelings. I mean, I'm a lot better than I used to be, of course, but I just get a lot of anxiety when I'm face to face with people and when people are staring directly at me. That brings on a lot of anxiety, and being in big crowds bring a lot of anxiety for me, and having to public speak or anything like that. But I have I don't know what you would call it, a form of anxiety, and it's called trichotillomania, and it is where you obsessively pull out your hair. It's sort of a form of obsessive compulsive disorder, I guess you could say, and it started around when I was 11 or 12, and I would pull from my eyelashes until they were all gone, and that lasted until I was 15 years old. And then I got the obsession with pulling off the ends of my hair. Just in class, I would just be sitting and I would be listening to the teacher and just obsessively just pulling off. And one time it got so bad that my hair, like in the front, it would be this short and the rest of my hair would be, like down to my stomach or something. It'd be really long, but it'd be just so choppy because and I'd look down, there'd be a pile of hair. I never picked from the top of my hair, but I would pick from the bottom. And I still do that. I still have a problem with that. It's not choppy now because it's a little bit more controlled. Um, because it looked so horrible. But you see these bangs. This is from the result of um, chop picking off the ends. Okay, and I kind of had to trim them to make them look better. But because I used to not have these bangs when I first started making videos. I just had, the hair. I never had bangs, and I just had to make bangs because it was so choppy in the front. And when I turned 18, like, I have not picked for my eyelashes since I was 15. It went away, and then it went to the hair thing, and I still have the hair thing, but now it's eyebrows. And you may not be able to tell because I fill them in with eyeliner, but um, I've been doing that since I was 18. And then I went for a good year without doing it. And one time I completely had no eyebrows where I had to draw them on. And and it was the most embarrassing thing, and it made it worse. And I've said in other videos before about my story about how I would sit in front of the mirror and drag razors across my eyebrows because the satisfaction, I mean, if you don't have trichotillomania, it's really, really hard to understand, or, skin picking or something. It's the urge, and it's just, as soon as you get the urge, you've got to do it, and I still don't understand it. It's very hard for me to understand. And right now, I mean, this eyebrow is all the way in. I mean, this eyebrow is fine. But this eyebrow right here, about right until we get about right there, and then the rest of it is just a huge gap, like about that much of a gap, and then there's hair on the end, but very little hair. And I just draw it in with an eyeliner pencil. And it's kind of a good thing that I got these bangs because I just do this, and it's very hard for me to look people in the eye because I always think they're channeling toward my eyebrow. I always think they're looking at my eyebrow and being like, yeah, that's weird, because I used to get made fun of a lot for not having eyebrows or eyelashes, and people never understood my hair picking, and my family always made fun of me, but it just caused the anxiety to get worse and worse. And I don't know, um, the main point of this video is just to ask you guys, what form of anxiety do you guys suffer from? What has helped you? I mean, I do find that, prayer and voicing my anxiety to someone, like my husband, because I tell friends on the internet too that I can trust, and now I'm telling you guys about my trichotillomania because it's very hard to talk about. It's embarrassing, and some people think it's weird, but I do it when I'm bored, when I'm stressed. Um, I do it excessively when I know I have to be in front of people. And that is what stems my anxiety. I get panic attacks a lot, and I'm just feel like I'm going to have a heart attack. And I don't know, I just want to know what some of the things that you guys do. And I just want to let you know that even though I have combated my eating disorder, I still have things that I'm not out of the clear at, you guys. I don't want people to think that, wow, you've overcome so many things, you're just free and everything. But as a Christian, walking through life doesn't make it perfect just because I'm a Christian, just because I know God and I love God, and it doesn't make it perfect. Life is never going to be perfect. It's never going to be fair, and there are things that happen and things that we do that we don't ever understand. So, it's just me telling you so maybe you can come forward and about something that has bothered you for a while, and you feel weird for telling people because you're gonna think that they're gonna think you're weird. But it's all about just getting support and finding ways to manage anxiety, whether that's going and seeing a therapist or just talking to a friend, or just leaving a comment below just to finally tell someone. So but that's pretty much all I have for this video, is just the correlation between anxiety and eating disorders and other addictions, and just setting yourself free by just saying it, and trying to manage it. So, bye.